We often assume the people who can walk up to anyone, anywhere, possess some kind of confidence gene. But research shows confidence is not a genetic trait you have. It is an actionable, learnable skill that you perform. Almost everyone knows that sudden stomach drop feeling. It is the internal paralysis that keeps you sitting on the sidelines, telling yourself, maybe tomorrow, while you watch someone else talk to the person you wanted to meet. You can bypass that biological freeze response. Approaching someone successfully relies on a specific, 4-step psychological framework that takes only minutes to execute. The only prerequisite for this framework to work is your willingness to endure exactly 30 seconds of acute discomfort. The first milestone of this framework actually happens before you make a physical move. Step 1 is to warm the interaction. This graph shows why cold approaches usually fail. A sudden physical approach forces a stranger's brain to go from 0 to full social engagement in a single second, creating a jarring, vertical spike in tension. Psychologists call this social priming. To create the gentle slope you see on the right, you need a low-stakes interaction first. Make brief eye contact and smile from across the room. This small acknowledgement allows their brain to register you as a safe presence before you say a single word. By the time you actually walk over, you are no longer a total stranger. That preliminary step turns an abrupt interruption into a natural continuation. Now that you have established a safe baseline, you initiate the physical approach. This is step 2, disarm. Your immediate instinct will be to hide your nervousness and act cool, but Harvard research on a principle called anxiety reappraisal shows that naming your nervousness out loud reduces its physical grip on you almost immediately. When you walk up to them, use this exact phrasing. I'll be honest, I almost talked myself out of coming over here. If you try to project an unbothered exterior, the effort of hiding your anxiety consumes the mental bandwidth you need to actually listen and be present in the conversation. Admitting vulnerability strips the tension from the interaction. It makes you human, and it makes the other person feel uniquely chosen rather than targeted. With the conversation finally open, we now move to step 3. Inquire. A common mistake at this stage is trying to sound impressive. That energy is performative, and the other person feels that pressure before you even finish your first sentence. This chart illustrates the contrast. Trying to impress registers as tense, but psychologists find that people who display genuine, unhurried curiosity about the other person are consistently rated as more attractive and intelligent than those who lead with statements about themselves. The core rule of attraction in a first conversation is simple. People do not fall for someone who is impressive. They fall for someone who is interested. To solidify the connection before you part ways, you apply the final step, anchor. Studies in social psychology show that hearing your own name activates a deeply personal response in the brain. It acts as a direct signal of recognition and safety. Ask for their name and then weave it exactly once into a natural, authentic sentence. Do not repeat it. Saying a stranger's name multiple times naturally crosses into uncomfortable territory. Keep it to a single, natural use. Using their name naturally in that single moment creates a level of personal connection that most people never manage to manufacture in an entire first conversation. You now have the sequence. Warm the interaction, disarm the tension, inquire with real curiosity, and anchor with their name. The approach itself is just two people talking for a few minutes. The real threat is the psychological weight of walking away in silence and replaying the missed opportunity for days. The realistic worst-case scenario of saying hello is a polite exchange that goes nowhere. The best-case scenario is a connection that changes everything. Go out today. Find one person you want to talk to. Utilize these 4 steps and decide that the other person is worth the 30 seconds of discomfort it takes to reach them.